When evaluating a new home or your existing one, a key item of concern is the condition of the roof. All roofs will eventually leak and will need to be repaired. These repairs can cost several $100s, with full replacements ranging anywhere from $5,000 to well over $50,000. Since the roof covers about 40% of the home's exterior, providing the majority of protection against the elements, semiannual roof inspections should be conducted. Throughout warmer areas of the United States, many residential roofs consist of cement or clay tiles and natural stones such as slate. Other materials include man-made composites that look like stone or clay but weigh less, as well as a number of wooden shake and shingle configurations. In addition, there are metal roofs which are designed to look like shingle or tile roofs. In colder regions, flat metal roofs are often used in order to deal with heavy snow loads. These roofs come in long panels of sheet metal. Most of these specialty metals have been coated to resist the elements so as to further their serviceability. On flat roofs, often there are long continuous rolls of felt membrane and special asphalt fiberglass materials that have been bonded together to form a continuous water barrier. Finally, with the almost endless variation in color, style, and price, the asphalt fiberglass shingle is the favorite among most homeowners. In order to help you inspect a roof, there are a few key words that should be learned. On this drawing, you can see the corner of a house and the rafters and fascia wood. OSB, Oriented Strand Board, is installed over top of the rafters. Next, tar paper is rolled out, which is the main water seal for the roof. Afterwards, a metal drip edge is then placed on the outside edges of the roof to make sure that the water does not somehow flow back under the tar paper. Metal flashing is mounted over top of exposed roof vents. Metal flashing is the waterproof barrier that is used to seal certain parts of the roof so that water does not leak in. Then the roof covering is installed, its main purpose being to protect the tar paper. Lastly, the flashing is sometimes painted and roofing tar is applied. When you prepare to inspect a roof, keep in mind that you will not be able to see the roof's underbelly, so you will have to clue in on the signs that the roof's exposed surfaces provide. Regardless of the type of roof you are looking at, there are many indicators that will clue you in on its condition. Begin your inspection in a position that will enable you to see over the eave of the roof. It is a good idea to use a stepladder and a pair of binoculars so as to have a better vantage point. Avoid getting on the roof as to prevent injury to yourself and damage to the roof. Start off by inspecting the general condition of the roof. It is easy to see missing roofing material, so go beyond the obvious and inspect closely the flashing and other areas that are prone to create leaks and are harder to detect. When looking for damage, check for excess wear at the corners and peaks of the roof. Look to see that there are not any missing or broken shingles or tiles. Make sure that the roof is clean of all debris and dirt, and in all aspects, the roof looks serviceable. Rotting fascia board on the outside of the house is an indicator that water is draining onto the front fascia wood and is causing it to rot and decompose. Check to see that the flashing around the chimney and roof vents leading out of the attic appear to be in good condition. Like these, they should be sealed with roofing tar in most cases. However, some metal flashing will seal the pipe well enough that roofing tar is not needed. Water staining and damage inside the house is one of the best indicators of problems with the roof. However, keep in mind that major stained areas in the ceiling do not always correspond directly with where the leak is located. The flashing around this chimney had begun to leak and caused water to drain onto the drywall ceiling of this house. In the attic, check for staining on the OSB. This is a good indicator of potential problems with the roof. Finally, check for overhanging trees or objects that can fall and puncture the roof. Never allow trees or any large objects that could damage the roof to overhang it. Tree branches can break from weather conditions and can cause great damage to a roof. It is not a good idea to allow vines or other plants to grow under the eaves, given that they often promote insect and rodent problems in the attic. Here is a nest that was found in the subflooring next to the second-story bathtub of a house. This rose bush is definitely an interesting example of what can happen over time. These types of problems can be easily avoided if preventative maintenance is performed regularly. When buying a new house or after you have identified problems in your own house, Let your professional home inspector or licensed contractor do the job of getting on the roof and inspecting it closely. The main difference between wooden shake and shingles are their size and thickness. During the manufacturing process, shakes are split and shingles are sawed. These are some wooden shake and shingle roofs that are worn out and need to be extensively repaired or replaced. You can see that the individual shingles are bending skyward, and with a closer look you can tell that in some areas they are almost completely disintegrated and will provide little water protection to the house. This style of roof is prone to have sun damage on the southeastern side of the house, and over time, the shingles will deteriorate more in this area. When inspecting the style of roof, look for missing or broken shakes or shingles, and evaluate the general condition of all the shingles. They should lie down evenly and not be curling up or separating. When shake and shingle roofs are installed, they are placed on 1x4s with or without the use of any tar paper or felt underlayment, depending on the region of the country. If tar paper is not used, it is generally to allow the shakes or shingles to dry out. If no tar paper is used, then when entering the attic and looking up at the roof, you will see many small openings between the shakes and shingles where light shines through. This is normal. These openings close up when it rains because the wood swells. Spanish tile roofs are a favorite in the southwestern part of the United States. The tiles are installed over top of OSB and tar paper. The tiles are then anchored by nails and secured by their own weight, interlocked in rows. Spanish tile roofs can be easily broken when walked on, so you should never consider getting up on the roof to inspect it. Likewise, with any roof, it is best to inspect a tile roof from the ground or on a ladder that allows you to see over the eave of the roof. On this type of tile roof, look for missing or broken tiles, water damage inside and around the outside of the house. Check to see if the flashing is clean and appears to be in good working order. This type of roof wears extremely well, and if the tiles are not cracked or missing, any concerns that are discovered are generally caused by drainage problems. Particularly in climates that do not receive a lot of rain, dirt and debris can build up on the roof's valleys and cause water damming. For example, on this particular composite roof, the tiles were installed too close at the valleys. This caused dirt to build up underneath the flashing, so when it rained, the water did not drain properly and flowed under the tiles and into the house. In order to alleviate the problem, the tiles were cut to a correct length, and the valleys now drain properly. Asphalt fiberglass shingles are some of the most widely used roofing materials in all climates, due to the large number of manufacturers, patterns, and a wide variety of colors and textures. The relative low cost, ease of installation, fire resistance, and durability make the asphalt fiberglass shingles a favorite among many contractors. This roof, like the Spanish tile, is installed over top of OSB and tar paper. You can buy asphalt fiberglass roofs that are guaranteed for a lifespan of 20 to 50 years, depending on the environment. When inspecting this type of roof, look for dried and worn out sections that seem to be cracking because of exposure. Cupping of the individual shingles, deterioration, and brittleness are common signs of age and failure. Also keep in mind that this roof can be installed over top of an existing roof. This should not be a problem unless both roofs together create such unevenness that water does not drain properly. On this roof, the asphalt fiberglass shingles were installed over top of a wooden shake roof. You can tell that there is a lot of unevenness to the overall layout of the asphalt shingles. On this roof, the wooden shingles were nailed down tightly, so the asphalt fiberglass roof lies more evenly. Other items to remember is that the asphalt fiberglass shingle should be installed about 3/4 of an inch over the edge of the fascia board to allow water to flow off the edge of the shingle and not run down the front of the fascia board. This roof was not installed 3/4 of an inch over the edge of the fascia board, so now water can soak the fascia board and cause dry rot and potential leakage problems in the future. Metal and panel roofs are common in snow areas and provide great protection to the house when large snow loads are present. Given that these roofs have specialty coatings applied and are galvanized, they are not generally susceptible to rust. However, they can become corroded and begin to leak if damaged. Main areas of concern are the joints where the metal roof comes in contact with the house. Make sure that these areas are sealed and appear to be in good condition. Flat roofs are not as common in new home construction as they were in the 1970s. These roofs need to be inspected for any water buildup or puddling. This style of roof must include drains and should drain water proficiently. Check to make sure the roof is in good condition and does not have any cracks or other types of damage in the roof membrane. Here you can see where the roof membrane is separating from the felt underlayment. This can cause the membrane to crack and split, and will become a problem in the future. Make sure the roof vents are flashed properly, and that all found problems are addressed. It is important to pay attention to the condition of your roof, as any problems directly affect the rest of the house.